All right. Testing mic 1.
Testing mic 2.
Testing mic 4. It says 4. So.
Yeah, it is mic 4. Technically, you're mic 3.
True. All right. Oh, wait, Chloe, you start the show.
I mean, you can start it. I
Go
don't
ahead,
care.
Chloe.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back with Journey with Chloe episode, what is it now, 6, 7?
6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with 7. Makes us sound better. But yeah, this show is dedicated to telling stories by us and to feature different artists living at Taylor. I am your co-host for the show, Chloe Gard.
And I am your other co-host, Journey Cornett. You can follow our Instagram page at _journeywithchloe_ to keep updated and to reach out if you or someone you know would like to be featured on our show. We hope to feature as many Taylor artists as possible, and we would love to get to know your story.
Today, we have a special guest. Everyone welcome, JP.
Hello, I'm JP. So should I just run down the list?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so I'm a film major. I'm a freshman, and I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm currently living in Penthouse, but you know.
Yay. You can hear them cheering on the other side.
Yeah, we just have an audience.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Right behind the window.
We need a laughing track or an audience
We
clapping
do.
track.
And then just the crickets after I say anything.
That's something we can work on for next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you had Justice on yet?
No, we should get Justice.
Yeah, have Justice on, and then after he finishes his spiel, just have cricket noises.
That would be pretty funny,
It'll be so in character. All right,
So what-
artistic passions.
Yeah.
All right,
What
so
are you doing?
right now, obviously, as a film major, I'm really big into film, but recently I've been diving more into writing and just overall script writing too. So an artist I've been researching recently is, I think his name is Noah Broombach, and he wrote the screenplay for a film called The Meyerowitz Stories, and it's not a huge critically acclaimed film. I just thought it was super interesting because he writes really realistic dialogue. So
Interesting.
yeah, in real life, you'd often have people talking over each other, and so his script will look almost jumbled, it's a whole mess. You see dialogue over each other.
That's
I like
great.
that.
So it's people are actually having a conversation with each other versus say reading off lines or
Exactly.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels less scripted, not like Quentin Tarantino, which is also really good, where he has he makes dialogue sound how it should, a fantasized version of what dialogue sounds like in real life.
It makes dialogue sound like dialogue and
Yeah.
not actual, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are
Interesting.
some projects you've worked on in the past?
Okay, so a lot of my projects came from high school, so that's probably where I learned the most and put out the most work. The most recent work I could probably think of is a show I did with some friends in high school called Phasmophobes, and that's where we would travel to well-known haunted locations locally and around Indiana, and we do actual ghost investigations, so kind of a Ghost Adventure style. We actually raise money to buy the equipment, spirit boxes and all of that, but we kind of it's much more lighthearted and less serious.
Mm-hmm. So what's been your favorite place to go?
So I think even though our second trip, which was much farther than home, there was this one, just my friend's grandparents' house. It just felt after we finished the show, we felt really at peace, kind of, because it was our first time at this, and being there, his grandparents were super welcoming, and they gave us a bunch of hospitality stuff, obviously on set, and I guess the stories that we learned coming out of that place, because my friend who's the host of the show, I'm more the producer, but he's the host, he would give us these huge exaggerated stories about how haunted this house is. There's 2 Annabelle dolls, and
That's
I'm
terrifying.
there's 2 of them.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, but we always interview the subjects first. So we interviewed the grandparents. One is like, it was a nice like yin yang because the grandpa was like a super skeptic. He's scientific. He's like, there's no way this house is haunted. And then like the grandma is like telling us all these stories about the house's past and like she fell off a horse once and she thinks it's a ghost.
Interesting.
The horse is the ghost?
She thinks
something,
it was
Or the
something
person.
supernatural. I have
Oh,
no
yeah,
idea.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So what's some other types of videos you've made?
I had a fair share of time making short films, so usually like as a writer, I want to write something that was like super dramatic and like very thought provoking. Except with like the time I was always given in high school, I'm like, I don't have time to write this.
Yeah.
So I'd
Yeah.
like 5 minutes write a very short action plot, and then like I would spend most of the time designing the choreography. So although like I feel like I should be invested more into writing, a lot of my effort and like time is put towards trying to make a good action scene.
Yeah, so you were showing us earlier some of your music video styles. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, what was the process of it? How did you like film it? You know, like things like that.
Yeah, so a music video that I filmed at home was based on this TV show called Euphoria, and I was a producer on the set, and I was also like a cameraman, and I helped design like a lot of what was going to happen. So basically, we got this dance crew in our town, and it was like a 3-month process. We worked with the dance choreographer, the person who was like writing all the choreography, and my girlfriend who was like directing the whole thing. It was like her idea with the choreographer, and me who was like getting all this stuff like ready, organizing what cameras are going to go where. And so by the end of like 2 months of like rehearsal and like a month of like camera practice and like seeing where the cameras are going to go, we did our production, and basically we focused a lot on coloring. So in the music video, there would be transitions of like how we color the set and like what colors match with what emotion with the song.
Very cool. So is there a spot, like a YouTube channel to check any of this out, like that you want to give a shout out to or anything?
Shout out to his terabyte.
Well, yeah, for real, because I know you have a lot of it just like not online.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of the work I have is just kept on a hard drive because
Yeah.
I just have no central place to like upload it.
Yeah.
And especially with like YouTube, like the work I've made has copyright stuff in it
Oh,
because it was like
yeah.
high school work. It was for educational like uses only. So I don't want to like upload that and get like copyrighted.
True.
So, but if you want to see like any of my other work, it's gonna be like on my high school's YouTube channel where I made like a lot of packages for our news program, and sometimes short films get posted on there too.
Very cool. So go steal JP's terabyte.
Yeah, go steal my hard drive.
As long as
Okay.
it's yours and not the Taylor one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Not that again.
Not again.
So what made you choose Taylor?
So, I always like had this feeling that I was going to come here, especially because I've had family that went here, but mostly because there's not that many film schools in Indiana,
Yeah.
as you know.
Yeah.
There's like
And
3.
Exactly. It was like either here, Ball State, or Huntington. And so I had to consider like if I'm going to go Ball State, that's going to be like the go-to spot for like broadcast, right? But it's much more focused on TV and news.
Yeah.
And after experiencing like, because I did 2 years for the radio and television program at my school, and so I constantly was like covering news stories. But as like time got closer to like the quarantine and like 2020 and all of that, things started like ramping up, like especially in like outside of school in the news. And that started to like bleed into my school, and I was soon covering stories about like parent-teacher conferences and like parents like literally protesting in front of schools, and it was just got really toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd never want to like go into news because at that time I literally was standing in a crowd of cameramen with like NBC and ABC, all of that in
No.
front of my school, and like I managed to get like this camera spot that the Fox News guy was trying to get, but I'm like, no, my tripod's staying here.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so what's the next question, Chloe? This is not on the question.
I guess just kind of veering away from it. So what's been happening on campus with you guys?
I don't know. It's your show.
Well, you're the guest.
I guess that's true. So,
Give us some highlights of your week so far.
get
And it doesn't
some
have to be
highlights of the
film
week.
related.
Or some funny observations you've seen.
We can all share too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really rainy outside.
Yep.
If you haven't been outside,
No
Yeah.
way.
it's like almost like I've spent most of my time either at my dorm or like just in the library just chilling, which it's pretty good. It's good productivity. And so and watching lots of YouTube videos as I get distracted.
That is completely fair.
Yeah. I did that all yesterday, last night, I guess. Yeah.
I know all three of us did the no Instagram challenge for a week.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
And in light of that, my stupid little brain decided, hey, because you don't have Instagram, let's download TikTok.
Oh no.
That was the worst decision I could ever have made.
TikTok is just about the epitome of the most distracted form of social media.
It really is. And it's so pointless.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, why?
It completely is.
I deleted it. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
I was going to say, I think I still have it because I use it whenever like our photography fall thing that we did.
Yeah.
I'll use TikTok to make like little reels about it so I can use those videos to post on Instagram.
Okay, that's kind of smart.
So that's the only reason
smart.
I use it. But like sometimes though, if I get on it, I'm like, I don't really go on Instagram. I mean TikTok for like the reels.
Yeah.
Because they're just not that great.
Yeah, you brought up the photo shoot, and I don't know why I forgot about that, but we had like a little Halloween.
Yeah,
I mean, all of you
completely
guys.
You
forgot
can
about
check
that.
it
Yeah, we were
out
all
at
there.
Journey's Photography on Instagram. So
Oh yeah, she's giving herself a shout
Wow,
out. Okay. No, but it was the three of us plus
Thane?
Thane,
Thane, Emily, and Katie.
and Emily, who all except Katie are film people.
Yeah.
She's our honorary
She is
film.
Katie is
definitely
just
our
an
honorary.
honorary member of the film group
shout
at
out to
this point.
Katie.
So yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to
shout
Katie.
out.
Yeah. But yeah, so we took some pictures kind of based on that trend of like ghosts, like a bed sheet with like
I
sunglasses.
grabbed my bed sheet. You
Yeah.
threw it over your head. I had like these little sunglasses on, and I also had this cowboy hat that I bought at Target.
It's pretty epic.
That was fun. There was
So,
like
yeah,
a little
check
rope.
that out.
We chucked leaves at Thane's face.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, but I guess like all of that, I guess that's like kind of a good thing about like TikTok and Instagram too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's probably where you found like your inspiration, right?
I actually found it on Pinterest.
Yeah, we found
Oh,
it
well,
on Pinterest.
Pinterest works too.
But
Yeah.
it did first come from Instagram because I was like, oh, people are doing this. That's cool.
But at the same
then-
time, Instagram is where we took all these pictures, and then afterwards you're like, okay, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
Oh, I post it to Instagram.
Yeah.
So that other people that I'm connected with on Instagram can see these pictures.
Yeah. But it was cool. So the whole week of not having social media, I would just like, I was looking up those pictures on Pinterest because I was like, okay, this is in my mind. It's more of like I'm going to use this and apply it to what I'm trying to do. On Instagram, it's really easy to get caught up in like the comparison of like, oh man, it looks too good. Like I'm not going to
That's
be able to
true.
do that. So I don't know.
That
I
at
don't
the
know.
same time, you can change that by
Yeah.
who you follow and
It's
don't
true.
follow.
Exactly.
Like
It's
if you're
true.
like, oh,
It's true.